Good evening, my name is Garrett, and welcome to The Last Call. Tonight's final drink is from Wheyward Spirit. This is the original Wheyward Spirit, coming in at a 40% ABV. Now, for full disclosure, I did reach out to Wheyward Spirit asking for a review sample to review. They were kind enough to send over our sample, so just keeping that transparency open. Now, there's a few things that we have to talk about on this spirit because it is unlike anything else on the market that I've ever seen or read about. Wheyward Spirit is actually using whey, which is a byproduct of in the dairy industry for cheese making. And something I didn't know is that for like every 10 pounds of product used to make cheese, only 1 pound of that becomes cheese and the rest is just leftover whey. So they're upcycling that whey to make this. So that means that it is grain, gluten, lactose free, upcycling of a byproduct, farm to flask, and a woman-owned distillery as well on top of everything. Such a unique idea, a unique story. And again, this is not a gin, a vodka, a white rum, or a whiskey at all. But it can be used in cocktails to replace a lot of your spirits. But today, we're going to be trying it out and see how things go. So let's go ahead and hop into things as always. We're going to be trying it 2 different ways. First way, neat, no ice, no water. Second way, we'll add just a drop of water, see how it changes up, maybe how well it'll do in a cocktail. Being proof down a little bit, meaning. And as always, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, hang around for a bit. I am also reviewing their barrel-aged version of this, and we'll also be doing an A/B comparison video between this and their aged version. Also, if you're interested in anything the company is doing, a link to their website will be down in the description area below, so you can go look and learn a little bit more about this very unique product. And I mean, if you look at that in the glass, it looks as clear can be. There's no color differences on that. Very, very just crystal clear. I'm excited. Let's go for notes. That is soft, sweet, creamy. There's no off notes. There's no initial reactions. So on occasion, I do like to sip on a vodka. And this gives me very similar vibes to a very pure, well-rounded vodka. Belvedere is one of my favorite bottles I go to, and it's because of how soft and simple the nose tends to be. And that's what this gives me, these just subtle sweet notes, that little crisp freshness in there, mixed in there with just a little bit of a creaminess, and there is a fruitiness in there, maybe a little bit of a pear note, just lightly, but there's no ABV, no harsh notes, nothing off. There's no funk to it as a lot of your new make spirits tend to have. And again, being unlike anything else on the market, that is a beautifully light, crisp nose on there. I'm excited. Let's go for a taste. Actually, that is beautifully simple. And actually the fruitiness has kind of shifted a bit, almost a little citrus, but earthy citrus. So right up front, I get a nice layer of a creamy vanilla, soft sweet, and then it shifts into this earthy sweetness. And it's got a beautiful palate on it. For only being 40%, it actually clings very well. And it just kind of exists from that point, just rides off very simply on the palate. I can see this definitely being a beautiful spirit to replace a gin without as much botanical. So you want to accent that with other spirits or other garnish to give you that botanical back in there. But this would be almost a 1-for-1 replacement for a nice simple vodka. It is subtle, sweet, there's no bite, there's no alcohol to it. So it's a real easy sipper. This could be dangerous even on its own. Second sip here, very similar to the first. More earthy sweetness now. That is a different ride, and I'm really digging that. I gotta say, for a unaged spirit, that's got to be one of the most simply sweet options I've ever had. And I've had my fair share of them. I'm really digging that. It's beautiful. Wow. And on the third sip here, it is just subtly sweet. There's still nothing coming out of this glass that makes me feel like, you know, it's going to go south or go funky, weird adventures. I just love how subtle that is. And it would be an easy recommendation for somebody to swap out into another spirit. I really like that. Even in the finish here, it's just got a nice earthiness to it, but very soft, sweet earthy. All right. Well, I am pleasantly surprised. I'm not going to try to use too much here because we're going to be doing our A/B comparison. So I'm just going to add a little drop of water, barely a full drop, to see what happens here. I don't quite know. We'll add a little bit more. I can barely tell. There we go. It's a little bit more. I don't know what to expect. If I have a guess, maybe a little sweeter on the nose, maybe a little sweeter on the taste, might go a little more transparent. Let's find out. Let's go for notes. A little bit sweeter. Yeah, it actually went a little sweeter. So, citrus is coming out a little bit more on the nose now for me. You still get the vanilla, you still get the creaminess factor on there, but it gets a little more citrus. Almost lemon? Almost. But it's just a nice, if I had to do a blanket statement of citrus, this is what the nose is. No ABV, nothing harsh still on the nose. No off notes. But very similar. Meaning, at least on the nose, it should hold up fairly well in a cocktail since we're proofing it down even more. Especially with that little amount that we got in there, it should hold up pretty decently. Let's find out. Let's go for a taste. Yeah. Oh, that's good. It does go a little sweeter and a little creamier as well. I kind of like that version a little bit more. Let me go back. Hold on. Oh, I take it back. That's got a little more body to it. It's got a little more thickness on the palate. And it clings a little bit better. Here, though, it goes a little sweeter, a little more creamy. And man, it is very similar, but this one just has a little fuller body to it. As always, it doesn't matter what you drink or how you drink it, as long as you enjoy it. I gotta be honest, both of these are really good examples, and that will do wonders in a cocktail. Depending on how much I have left over, we might do some cocktails with this as well, because I feel like I could swap that out with a lot of different spirits and have a good time with it. With that all being said, let's talk about market price, because we all know market price is market price, and it's always going to vary. You can actually order this from their website. I think they say they ship to like 34 different states, and it's $55. They more recently started getting into Total Wine in their area, and I think Total Wine's selling it for like $52. Look, I'm a huge backer of the unique, whether that's a grain, a cask, a process. I'm going to support you and give you a thumbs up for at least trying. But to deliver on something so unique, on top of using an upcycled product, being more inclusive for people that have grain intolerances or gluten and lactose, on top of being woman-led, this is a beautiful idea. I cannot wait to get into the barrel-aged version of this and really do a deep dive on it as well. So definitely hang around for that one, because this has already won me over, especially for that $50-ish price point. And again, if you're interested in what Wheyward Spirit is doing, a link to their website will be down in the description area below. Go show them some love. So yeah, there you have it, folks. Wheyward Spirit, the original Wheyward Spirit. If you have any questions about the bottle itself, let me know down in the comment section below. I will do my best to answer it. And if you have any specific spirit I should go looking for, also let me know down below. Love doing these reviews and sharing with you the experience at home. And as always, may your last drink of the night be the best one.
You know, and I really like it might